James?
There we go. We're live.
We're live.
Yep.
You got sound?
Sound.
Guys, give me a thumbs up if you see it. I'm gonna hop on the Instagram. Wow, that was embarrassing. Good job, James.
I figured it out. It's not my fault.
All right, so we're good. We're good.
Yep.
James, you got sound even on your Instagram? Can you see me?
Yeah, we
Hear me?
see you.
All right, guys. So sorry about that little malfunction of sound, but now we're good. James, don't forget
Thumbs
to
up.
edit.
Everybody's giving thumbs up.
Good,
We got
good, good.
sound.
All right, so let's get the business here. Well, I'm going to have to start off like a little faster now because James is in a rush, but a lot of people ask me what I do or like what I teach about. And so the main thing that I really do is I teach something called the Freedom Salon Method. Freedom in many different ways. A, you want freedom of time. You want financial freedom. You want freedom from behind the chair. You want freedom from the state board or your state, and that comes from in the form of a PMA. So the Freedom Salon Method has a lot of different layers to it. It's the first step to your personal economy. And it's important that you have some kind of a business that supports you and supports your dreams and supports your visions. Me, obviously, I own a hair salon. And the first part of this was getting your salon running right, having the perfect salon model. And so that's exactly what it's called. The perfect salon model is the first step in the Freedom Salon Method. So there's 3 parts to it. Should you be a rental salon? Should you be a commission salon? Should you be a salon that has a hybrid? Like, should you pay everyone hourly? What's your salon model that aligns with your vision? That's what I help unpack when I sit and speak to owners. Now, the next thing is you have an amazing salon, but no one's working in it yet. You have 3 chairs. You could have 5 chairs. You could have 10 chairs, 20 chairs. It doesn't matter. If you don't have a stylist attraction system, something you put in place to get people working behind those chairs, you will have to shut down. It's inevitable, unless you have a small 3, 4, 5 chair salon where you can afford, obviously, the rent or the mortgage or whatever you have going on by yourself. But you won't achieve freedom that way. You're always going to have to work in order to make money. That's why you need a stylist attraction system. So even if you have a small salon you could afford the rent by yourself with, what happens when you get pregnant and you want to take a step back? What happens when your wife gets pregnant and you want to stay at home with the kids for a month while she just had the baby? I don't know what your situation is, but there is going to be a situation when you want to take a break for a month, maybe a week, whatever the length of time is. And if there's no income coming in from the business, you're going to have to shut down. So that's step 2. How are you getting stylists to work behind those chairs? That's another thing that I unpack that's very crucial. Now here's part 3. The simple client flywheel. If you have a beautiful salon with a great business model, you have a strong team, you need clients to sit in those chairs so the people behind the chairs can work on them. Now, not every person is lucky enough to hire an all-star team that has a staff of people with full books. That just never really happens. You need to have some kind of a system in place that brings new guests into the salon. I don't believe in funnels. I don't think they work. The simple client flywheel is something that I teach that has a revolving door of new clientele calling you, coming in, getting their hair done, and referring other guests. Ultimately, you want your staff and you want your clients to become raving fans of your perfect salon. And that is what we do to get the first part of your personal economy dialed in. Now, there's 2 other parts of your personal economy, and one of them is products. So obviously, Shopify is what I'm passionate about. I think it's probably the best website builder if you're a salon owner. Hands down, it's the best. To me, at least. I mean, you might like WordPress, you might like Squarespace, but for me, for running ads for my salon, I'm able to now sell products to create the money I need to pay for the ads to get my stylist busy. So it's a whole system here. But outside of having Shopify, you sell retail. So you can make money by selling retail online. You also drive traffic into your salon with that. But if there's ever a person out there, if there's any coaches out there telling you not to sell retail, do not listen to them. It is super profitable if you do it right. You add value to your guests by selling retail. And it's a win-win for everybody. You get your stylist, you give them a commission, you make money as the owner, and your clients don't have to go to Ulta or Sephora. Now, the best part about that is you could have some kind of really good loyalty program where they're getting points for their haircuts and their color along with the products that they're buying. But once you get the salon dialed in, now you have to get your retail and your products dialed in. And let's say that doesn't excite you. What if creating your own product excites you? That's the other part of this. So it's services is step one, products is step two. Whether you sell them, whether you make them, or whether you're an affiliate for them. Now, number three of the personal economy is knowledge. What I teach people to do is something called the camcorder method. You hear me speak about that often. Once you create these systems in your salon, maybe you have a particular way in how you do highlights or how you do haircuts or how you do extensions, you should be filming yourself, creating this method, this curriculum for your internal team. So now you can step out from behind the chair and you can duplicate yourself. They know your systems. They have everything at their fingertips, either on like a Google Drive or in some kind of like I use the Money Networks or Kajabi or some other system that houses all of your content, all of your knowledge for your team. You take that knowledge, you package it up, and then you sell it. So now you have three sources of income. You got services, you got product, and you got knowledge. That is how you create the personal economy. And it all starts with the Freedom Salon method. So that, in a nutshell, is what I do. So for any of you asking what it is I do, what do I coach on? I teach exactly what I did to get to where I'm at right now. And I'm still doing it today. So I'm going to open the floor up, James, for any questions for Q&A. If you guys got questions, we're on a little delay here. So I'll give you about 10 more seconds to drop them in the comments. But this Freedom Salon method, you got a question, James?
HC3 Fades, do you believe in solely carrying just one brand/product?
I don't believe in solely carrying. I don't believe there's a right or wrong answer to that. If it's your brand, great. Carry just that one. If it's an affiliate brand of yours, if it works for you, then carry one. Let me just not ramble on. I like to have variety for my clientele. The reason why I carry more than one brand is very specific, and I'll tell you why. The person out there looking for Olaplex, whether I like the brand or not, they're going to be Googling Olaplex. I now will come up on their Google feed showing that product, or their Meta feed showing them I have this product. Now, once they come into my world and they purchase it from me, I have a chance now to retarget to them my brand that I'm either affiliated with or that I manufacture myself. So until I get to the point where my personal brands are so big, I don't need to piggyback off the attention other brands are getting, then I don't need to carry any other brands. So it's a multifaceted answer for that question, but I hope it answered the question for you. James, can we lock that door? And can we shut everything for everyone? And just shut that door in the other room too, if you could. And then do we got another question?
I do not.
Yeah, products. I mean, I'm not going to name drop the coach who's going around telling people they shouldn't sell retail, but you could do your research. I think that's really bad advice.
iStyle Hairdressing Malta says, I'm very good in one-to-one. I don't really know how to do it on camera.
Don't take this the wrong way. That's literally the biggest lie in the world. I promise you. One-to-one is no different whether you're filming it or not filming it. It's all in your head. I promise you, and I get it. Like, it's literally one of the hardest things in the world to wrap your head around and get the confidence. But if you're passionate and you're speaking authentically and you know what you're speaking about and you really want to deliver like the knowledge through whatever means, whether it's a camera, whether it's a cell phone, you're going to be able to do it. One-on-one, you have the energy of the person, right? And this is a hack for you. Here's a great hack, so pay attention. If you struggle with creating content and speaking into a camera lens, this is what you need to do. Pretend you're speaking to a person. Get their name in your head, visualize that person, actually have that person who's going to receive that message on the other end of that camera. Pretend you're speaking to them directly. That changes the whole dynamic of your energy and who you're speaking to. It doesn't matter if it's only meant for that one person, because other people will receive that message. What it does do is it changes your emotion behind the way you deliver it. That's what I do. I picture a specific person on the other end of that camera that I'm delivering that message to. And that's how you go from being good at one-on-one to speaking on camera. It's no different. You just have to wrap your head around or develop the mindset and the techniques on how you speak to the camera. Hope that helped. James.
We got
How's the setup back there, guys? Does it look better? The live setup? James, you like it?
I think it looks phenomenal. Thank you, James. I appreciate you, James.
We gotta add some more stuff back there.
Yeah, you got a little knickknacks.
It's like it's pretty pro right now. I mean, it might tweak the lighting a little bit here and there, but
it's your something bestie. I can't pronounce it.
It's cool.
How do you get people to reschedule for a head spa? I feel like a lot of people want to try it because it's going viral right now, and it's not a cheap service. Thank you.
How do you get them to schedule or reschedule, James?
Reschedule.
All right, so either way, if they scheduled the first appointment and they didn't schedule a second appointment, that should tell you something. Wasn't worth the price. So you have to make sure you're delivering and delivering way more value than you're charging for. One way to do it, up front, sell a package. So sell a package of 3, 4, 6, 8, whatever you need to do. And that way, they're in it for 3 visits. That gives you an opportunity to really show them the value of the head spa. But be careful when you're entering into these luxury spaces like head spas and like things that aren't like needed, like gray coverage. Everyone needs their haircut. There's certain services that people need. So position yourself in the head spa so it's a necessity. Whether it's scalp health, hair loss prevention, position yourself in a way that it's a necessity for them. And then make sure the verbiage you're using when you get them to pre-book or rebook again is there. The best thing to do to make them rebook is to sell a package. Sell like sessions of 3. That's it.
We got how do I get my guest to rebook and not allow always, they misspelled, always last minute, as I always accommodate them?
Here's the deal. First thing, become oversubscribed. Are you asking because you are nervous about looking at your book and it's slow and then all of a sudden it builds up really quick and now you're overwhelmed because you said yes to everybody because you were panicking about being booked? That's one thing. So here's the hook for that, James. To get your clients to rebook every time they leave the salon, you have to become oversubscribed. It's so important that when they try to make an appointment with you last minute, you're not available. And it sucks, but you're going to get to a point where that becomes reality for them. You just have to learn how to say no, because saying no to your clients is saying yes to your family and saying yes to yourself. So the most important thing you could do is become oversubscribed. And how you do that is by being the best in your area and the best in your community. People need that appointment with you. So when they leave there feeling and looking amazing, that's when you get them to book the next appointment. And if they don't do that, the next time they try book an appointment, they can't get in. So when they finally do get in, they're going to be like, oh shit, I have to book now for my next 5 visits so this doesn't happen again. That's your reel right there, James. Timestamp that.
I don't even see the time. We got my retail sells well, but I'm not a salesperson. How do I sell a product to a client?
You don't. You recommend a product to a client. You diagnose the issue that problem's going to solve, and you let them know, hey, do you enjoy having this problem of having flat hair? I didn't think so. Here's the product that you need to prevent that from happening moving forward. That's it. All you do, all sales is diagnosing a problem that client has and then providing a solution to that problem. So their hair looks ugly, maybe they need some highlights. Their hair's flat, maybe they need a volumizer. Their hair's oily, maybe they need a clarifying shampoo. That's all you're doing. Everyone thinks about this whole thing about retail sales. No, you're a professional. You're diagnosing the problem. If they don't need the product, don't diagnose it. But if there's a challenge they're dealing with, then you diagnose a problem that will help solve that client's frustration. It's really easy. So just take the whole thing of sales out of it, and you're just a doctor prescribing something, prescribing a solution to that client. James?
Nope, just thank yous.
All right, cool. Guys, if you want to learn more about that whole Freedom Salon method, DM me. Don't drop it in the comments. DM me the word grow, and we'll hop in a conversation, because that is the ultimate way to get freedom from behind the chair, freedom with your team so you're not stressed about shit going on in the salon while you're at home, personal freedom, freedom of finances, and the PMA. You guys followed me for a while. You know about the PMA. So that is how I run all my salons. So
I have two quick questions.
All right, cool.
What discounts do you give for multiple bookings?
I'll give like some kind of a 10, 20% thing to get the money up front. Yeah, to sell a package. All day I'll do that.
And multiple bookings. I wish to find an organic brand that really works, but I can't find.
All right, Natural Leak is the brand. It comes out of Denmark or like Austria, one of those countries, Holland maybe. Natural Leak. If you want, I'll set you up with the distributor, the guy who brings it into the U.S. I'm good friends with him. DM me organic brand and be like, hey, I was on your live.
We have, do you really need a website? Dr. Rob's in the house. What's up, Dr. Rob?
Big Rob. No, you don't really need a website. Gamma.app is a great application now that creates you a landing page that could be your salon's website. You don't need it to be successful. 100% you do not. But if you want to be professional and you want to make professional money, then make sure you have professional things. That includes a website. So if you're trying to build a big brand and a big business and you don't have any web presence, it's not a good look, especially if you're a salon that has a team. The benefits of having a website is it's your hub. And so your Google Pixel or your Google tag, your Facebook Pixel, all of these different things will tie into that. So as you're driving traffic to your videos and your blogs and all that stuff, it allows you a place to receive that data and then send out retargeting campaigns and retargeting ads. So that way, it's much easier for you to build the team and scale. So it depends on how big your vision is. If you just want to have a one-chair suite or you want to rent the chair, you don't need it. Like a basic landing page created on like Gamma app or some other website builder is perfect. It doesn't have to get too crazy. But if you want to have a profession, like you want to have a salon with multiple stylists and maybe multiple locations, you're probably going to need a website.
And then Butterfly Nails Trish, you talked about an insurance for stylists a while back. What's the name, please?
What was that question, James?
You talked about an insurance for stylists a while back.
Oh, it's in my community. Know who's going to know? Lee Spencer. Lee has that person, that insurance. Let me see if I can find it real quick in my community. Give me 1 second. Let's go. So this is the greatest thing about the program that I have is how many amazing salon owners are in here.
Your hairstylist specialist, don't put grow in the comments. Actually go to the messages and DM Nick directly grow. He's not going to see this at the end. So make sure you go and actually DM him grow.
Insurance. All right, cool. Here's the insurance link.
Jeez, now the questions are piling when we got to wrap up.
We'll drop them in here.
Purchased an old salon and their old client still comes to the salon. How do you reject a problematic client?
All right, hold on that question. It's called Beauty and Body Work Insurance. It's BBI. Beauty and Body Work Insurance. Google that, and you should find it. It's like $96 a year. And it's for masseuses, too. All right.
Soy Motto says, please tag me in your next live. He didn't tag anybody. He just mentioned you.
Yeah, guys, if I mention you, I just say mention you because it makes you guys want to watch it. And if I don't, no one
She
really
said,
watches
please
it.
tag me. This is very informative. Thank you. So
Yeah,
we
you're
got to
welcome.
keep doing mentioned use.
Yeah.
Purchase an old salon and their client still comes in to the salon. How do you reject a problematic client? For example, if we're fully booked, clients demand service and would try to start problems.
You have to like tell them they don't come in here. You're not welcome here anymore. That's it. It's very simple. Or you raise your prices so high that it makes sense to do their hair. But when someone's problematic, I would be like, hey, let me talk. No problem. I got it. Let me talk to you for a second outside. And I bring them out of the situation in the salon. Like, yeah, I have a couple questions for you. I try and calm the situation down, and then I get them outside, and then I tell them that they have to pack sand and can't come back in here. For whoever asked that question, look up the guy named Chris Voss, Voss. He wrote the book called Never Split the Difference. Watch how he diffuses situations. You're going to find it on his TikTok, his Instagram, everywhere else. And you'll see how he speaks very elegantly to calm somebody down, to get them to do what they want him to do. He was an FBI negotiator, and he is a wealth of knowledge. Shout out to Chris Voss. He's probably never going to watch this, but if you do,
he should, with the background, how cool it looks.
Oh yeah, we're going to get him on. Now we got like a professional background.
Yeah, now we're looking.
But watch the guy Chris Voss. You have to learn how to use language to defuse a situation. So become a master at using language.
Urban Kumarov. Is it better for hairdressers to specialize in specific niche such as coloring, styling, or to offer a wide range of services to attract broader clientele?
All right, so that all depends. You need to be able to do everything so you don't actually, I'm going to start the whole question. We have a hook for that. So if you're starting off as a hairstylist, you do not need to niche down. What you need to do is be proficient at all the services so you don't reject any clients. Then, as you start building experience and you start figuring out what it is that you love and what you're great at, because sometimes what you love and what you're great at are two different things. And then you're going to wind up building a career that you suck at and you make no money. So I may be great at highlights. I may not love highlights, but I may be great at them. And so for me as a hairstylist, I want to double down on how great I am at highlights to build a big clientele. Once I have that big clientele, then I segue into just haircutting. And when I do that, I do a career change. But if I do it the other way around, if I just do things that I love, I may not be good enough yet. So it's important that what you're good at and what you love doing, you got to find a way to marry to both of them. Then eventually, once you build a big business, then you could only do things that you love doing. And I bet you eventually, because you're really good at it, you're going to wind up loving it because you're not going to love being broke. And so once you get to a certain point in your career, then you niche down. The simple client flywheel is based on one simple service is what I teach. And so if you want to learn more about that, just DM me. I'll get you into the community. But yeah, I love the question because the riches are in the niches. And I get that. But it's not like you're not like trying dentistry, hair, fucking owning a car wash. Like you do hair. Do everything you have to do around hair. Then from there, you niche down because your skills are going to be built in multiple areas of this industry, this profession, and it's only going to help support you on the niche that you go take to the next level. Next question.
At Villas and Rose, Nick, please do more lives like this. I've had a salon for 10 plus years, but you're always in creative block. But I find these lives help. We're live every day pretty much.
Yeah, we're going to start. Now we got the setup. Like this is the setup. We're going live. We're going live. I'm going to actually just keep the camera on live all day. Just follow me around.
Watch Nick all day.
But thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate the love. If you want to chat, DM me. We'll get chat about any challenges you have. I would love to help you out with any creative blocks that you have going on. But guys, James has to get going. He's the producer of the show. I got some content to make.
Yeah, I got to go to Dr. Rob's and do content for him.
So thanks for jumping in the live. Thanks for all the questions. If you guys want help, support, I'm here for you. If not, just enjoy the lives and ask the questions. But I'll see everyone next time.